Hi everyone, this is Ashish. I'm here today with Lalit Keshre, the co-founder of Grow. Lalit, before you started Grow, you were in a senior leadership position in the product team at Flipkart, where you were trying to make e-commerce simple and accessible for Indian consumers. You left to start up Grow to do the same thing for investing. Tell us about your mission and what you're doing to reinvent the way people invest in India.
If you look at by any lens, right, investing in India is deeply underpenetrated in the land of billions. And the primary reason is that because products are just so complicated and they are just so opaque. And coming from the Flipkart background, right? So we are used to when you buy phone, you will spend hours and hours of your time in figuring out, okay, what are the specs, what is memory, how much is it, how much does it cost, and so on. And then you tap that buy now button. But if you look at financial services, there is somebody telling, okay, buy this because this is this much return, and you don't know what is the commission they are getting, and so on. So we kind of inverted this problem from push-based industry to pull-based industry, and that is our fundamental premise. That if we can make financial products and services very simple and transparent, there will be millions of people in India who would come and buy themselves.
You have done this by pursuing a two-pronged approach. One is through the design of the product itself, and second through education, through which you've been able to get millennials even outside India's largest metros, move up the learning curve and take charge of their own financial goals. Talk a little bit more about both of these aspects.
If you are investing, you need to understand the products. You need to learn about investing. And that has been our biggest lever so far in the company. Even before we started Grow, 2 years back, we started writing content, writing articles, making videos to educate customers about various financial products, about personal finance, and so on. After starting, we also started this program called Ab India Karega Invest, where we go to smaller cities, tier 2, tier 3 cities, conduct a lot of workshops. The learning curve is very steep for people who have who are getting in this market for the first time. Right? Your parents never invested in mutual funds or stocks, right? And this is the first product that you are looking at. So education is, as I mentioned, number one lever for making investing democratic. The second thing is the design of the product itself. Now, if you're doing it, if it is a DIY, it needs to be simple. So how to make it simple? How do you solve customers' problem one by one? Okay, how to invest, where to invest, what are mutual funds, what are stocks? There are like tens of questions that come in your mind when you start investing. So you are basically kind of making it very seamless, and that's where our customer-focused kind of value come into the picture.
And this customer first approach really resulted in a ton of customer love for you, right?
Yeah, and this is something that we learned at Flipkart and the previous companies also, right? If you get customer love, you keep growing. And if you look like we have now more than a million investors. Our ratings are highest, like on App Store or on Play Store. Our retention rates. So people say that okay, millennials are like mercurial. They will just invest and they'll sell the moment market drops. But we have seen like in last 4 years, we have seen markets going down and up so many times, and still our retention rates are like crazy, 85% plus 12-month retention rates. And this also kind of gives us a lot of motivation to kind of keep building for this customer base.
The fact that you've been able to generate so much customer love so quickly in a category that's pretty new to India, goes back to customer obsession and the culture at Grow. What's next for Grow, and how will your culture help you get there?
See, Ashish, our fundamental belief is that the only source of competitive advantage of a company, right? If you want to become like a 100 billion or 200 billion company, right, is to be customer obsessed, and we are deeply inspired by what Amazon has done so far, right? If every decision in the company is based on what customers want, then you can keep building products and keep growing, right? And that is why this belief is like the fundamental value in the company. So, for example, let's say if a new person joins the company, right? They are like drilled customer obsession in them right from the start. And I personally have like meetings, and then they see us, taking decisions, our day-to-day activities, and so on, right? This also, I believe, is like kind of serves us like a road towards meeting our mission, right? So if your decision making becomes much simple. Okay, what to launch next? What are the major decisions we need to take to achieve our mission of democratizing investing? So it simplifies the entire decision making process also in the company.
Awesome. No, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been lovely partnering with you and the Grow team over the last couple of years, and we wish you best of luck to keep going.